More than 2 weeks after the free agency, a player who has not received a lot of coverage is the veteran defender PK Subban. The $72 million contract of $33 years old, expired earlier this month, allowing it to hit the free market for the first time, but it was not really linked to teams at this stage. However, his agent Don Meehan de Newport told Sté Cowan de la Gazette de Montréal that although the rumor mill was silent for his client, it was not for a lack of interest, and that he, like a lot of other free agents, await that the financial situation of certain teams is erased. Pack. I came back from vacation and told her about the free market today, and I told him that we had expressions of interest. I told him that there were teams who moved money, assessing what type of ceiling space they had, analyzing their depth scenarios to determine exactly what they can do. Some of these problems are at stake when we speak, so I cannot get a final response from certain teams in terms of progression, but I have had expressions of interest to it to date. But the teams that have expressed their interest are unable to contract now because they have other things at stake. Subban has seen its production decrease considerably in the past 3 seasons compared to its time with Montreal and Nashville, and has just released a 22-point campaign with the Devils in 77 games. In particular, his average playing time dropped less than 20 minutes per night for the first time in his career, on average 6:18 and 18 seconds p.m., which put him 5th among the Blueliners of New Jersey. It was a drop of more than 4 minutes per game compared to 2020 to 2021, barely ideal for someone who heads for the free agency. A year ago, Subban had a case that he could still be a defender of the first 4, but he will be more difficult for his camp to make this argument now. Meehan also indicated that Subban is particularly focused on the search for the right adjustment. Without looking too aggressive, I think he has won the privilege of being somewhat selective in terms of where he would play so that it works for the team, and it works for him. In other words, he only wants to play anywhere. He has this measure of independence. While Subban is not at the level that he was back when he was in his peak as a finalist 3 times, he could always help the teams in a more limited role when he also helps that he and Anton Stralman essentially represent everything that remains of defenders to the right available on.